Pokemon TCG fan, you probably would have heard of the recent ban of the card Lysandre's Trump card. Now on the Pokemon website, they actually gave us 4 reasons on why this card was banned. Although I feel like there was one reason they actually kept out, which I don't know why they would because I feel like it's the biggest, but that'll be saved for a bit later. Let's first look over the first 4 they give us. Number 1. Eliminates one of your opponent's victory conditions, aka running out of cards in your deck. This is completely true because Lysandre's Trump card basically shuffles your discard pile into your deck once again. Not basically, that's exactly what it does. So with that in mind, it does make sense that that does eliminate one of the victory conditions. As long as you just run one of Lysandre's Trump card and one Versus Seeker, you can have an infinite loop going of you just putting your discard pile back into your deck. So I can see why that could be a pretty big point. Number 2. It allows repeated use of powerful trainer cards. This is also a very valid point, and I see how this can get a bit too powerful. There are some trainer cards only meant to be used 4 times. One big example of this is Hypnotoxic Laser. Just imagine being able to use 16 of those in a game, and that has happened before because of Lysandre's Trump card. In a situation like that, that is just way too powerful that even 4 Hypnotoxic Laser is very powerful in our format. Having 16 of those is just overkill. And with Lysandre's Trump card, that is completely possible. You can have an infinite loop going, and you can use Hypnotoxic Laser 16 times. But you have to remember, both players get to use, their powerful trainer cards again. So this kind of evens it out a bit, but there are some trainer cards more powerful than the other, and that's where the evenness actually kind of becomes uneven. Number 3. It allows drawing through your deck quickly with minimal repercussions. Oh my god, how I could relate to this! Alright, so I don't play many decks that go through fast drawing, but one big deck that I sometimes play is Slurpuff Seismitoad. And this is a prime example of it. The reason why they're so powerful is because they have Lysandre's Trump card to help them, so they can always just go through their deck, get as many resources as possible, and just crush the opponent. But if they feel like, oh no, we have too many cards in our discard pile, put them right back into the deck. Because of that, this actually is causing a bit of a stale format right now. We're having kind of 2 sections of decks right now. We have that one section that's trying to, just go through your deck as fast as possible, get as many resources as possible, and hit hard. And then we have the other section where we have the decks that are just trying to stop those fast decks using trainer locks or ability locks and things like that. This is kind of leading to just a 2-section format, and it's gonna become very stale. I know many players can agree with me on this because it really is becoming a stale format and it's not allowing room for creativity, which I feel like is a big thing in the Pokemon TCG. So I can see why this is a big point. Number 4, it extends the time of battles. Now this one I kind of disagree with actually. I feel like this actually, with Lysandre's Trump card, it actually decreases the time of battles. Now just hear me out on this. Even though yes, you do get all your resources back, think about it. With all your resources back, you're just as powerful as you were in the beginning, probably even more because you have more setup and probably a bigger hand. So with that in mind, it probably actually decreases the time of battles. But even with that said, I don't think the time of battle is exactly the most major point in the world. Although I could see why they do take this into consideration, because sometimes it will extend the time of battle, and that could cause a lose even though you probably would have won in a regular game. Now the 5th point they don't mention, but I feel like I have to mention no matter what, is the fact that we got Shaman EX and Roaring Skies. Now, while Shaman EX alone is not going to just cut it for a ban of a card, Shaman EX with Trainer's Mail, with Acrobike, with Lysandre's Trump card, that's a big deal. And with Lysandre's Trump card being the main top card, just helping that, is basically the glue of the 4 cards, I could see why they needed to stop this card. Now, the basically the whole strategy with these 4 cards is that you use Shaman EX's ability to just go through your deck. You use Aggro Bite to get some better cards, one of the better cards you want. You also have that Trainer's Mail, just look at 4 top and get a possible trainer card that you definitely want. The thing is, you go through your deck pretty fast, and a lot of it ends up in the discard pile, and that's gonna be a big problem. But they could just use Lysandre's trump card, and that all goes back into the deck. And being able to do this repeatedly and keep on just going through your deck getting what you need, what you want, that is a very, very powerful strategy, and is ridiculously strong. Because of this, they needed to cut one thing out at least. And I feel like they cut the right thing. I feel like if Lysandre's trump card is no longer in use, people will not use this as much, as you do go through your deck really fast, and that could possibly harm you just as much as it harms your opponent. So that's the whole summary of the Lysandre's trump card ban. Overall, I feel like it was a good decision of Pokemon to actually ban this card, mostly because it would have caused a stale format if this card stayed. We would see too many of the same decks, and we'll just see one deck rise above them all, or one variant of the deck. So I feel like it was a good move on Pokemon to ban this card. But what are your opinions? Do you feel like this card should have been banned or should have not been banned? Or maybe you think another thing? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.